There is a royal baby.
That's great.
You know, everyone was talking about this royal baby, and I was so excited because I was like, I didn't know everyone was so excited about my new dog. I was like, oh, she's getting all this attention. My
Royal
new baby.
Fancy.
I know.
So, you know, here's the big thing. What is the baby's name going to be? And of course, it was a baby boy. If you haven't heard, if you've been living under a rock, then maybe you didn't know. But big baby, too.
How much
Over
did
8
it weigh?
pounds. 8 pounds, 6 ounces, I think.
Wow.
Is that right? A big baby.
Oh
Isn't that
boy,
fun?
that is great. It's always so exciting, and England just loves it. They just love it.
Well, the world loves it. I mean, there
Yeah.
are media outlets from all over. On Good Morning America this morning, they had a special edition of Good Morning America, and it was all from.
It's just.
What, do you think Americans would freak out this much if, let's say, Michelle Obama got pregnant and had a baby right now? Like, do you think we would camp out? Like, or do you think England and the British people, that they have this like fascination with their own kind of hierarchy of royalty?
I don't know. That's a very good question, because I sort of believe, like, if we had a first baby, if we had a president of the White House who could have a baby, I think that we would be there'd be just as much.
Because like there's a part of me that's like, oh well, that's cool for England, but like I don't live there, so I don't really care. Yeah. I mean, I do. That's awesome for England, but then I think, well, maybe if it was Michelle Obama, I'd be freaking out too and being on baby watch. But then I'm like, millions of women have had babies. Like, it's not like.
You know what's interesting though is that they do those cannons. I think it's a 41 gun salute or something for 3 hours.
It's a big
it takes
deal.
10 different bell ringers.
Wow.
Now for 3 hours, those huge cannons are going, and the bells.
Fanfare.
And I don't know if Washington D.C. would allow that.
Let's talk to someone who we know who has some firsthand knowledge. This is Royal Chef Darren. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Well, I'm doing well, and I guess you've escaped to Jamaica to escape the madness in London. Is that right?
I spent 2 weeks in London and I was there for the due date of the royal baby, but you know, Kate was hanging on, so left England, back to Dallas, and then off to Jamaica. Yes, so I'm toasting the royal baby on the beaches in the Grill, Jamaica.
What are you toasting with?
San Miguel. No, Red Stripe. I'm drinking Red Stripe on the island.
Now, Chef, is there a specific food that you know, you've come on and you've made food for these special occasions that happen in England? Is there a special meal that is prepared the day that the baby's brought home from the hospital, or for baby showers in England? Is there a custom meal?
No, you know, in England, we don't really do baby showers. And, Kate, following in the royal tradition, bringing the baby home the next day, being born in hospital, the same as Prince William was in the Lindo wing, St. Mary's Hospital. She'll go back. We're not sure yet whether she's going to Bucklebury to spend time with the Middletons, or whether she'll go back to Nottingham Cottage, Kensington Palace. But it's going to be very quiet there, sort of the William and Kate alone. No royal nanny, breaking with protocol. No royal nanny this time.
How wonderful that is.
Good for her.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet. That's a good point. You know, at the moment they're having Princess Margaret's old apartment prepared for them to move into, and we call it an apartment, but it's actually a 4-story building with 57 rooms. So you say not yet, but I think before long there'll be a royal chef peeling the apples for the apple puree, peeling the carrots for the carrot puree, and there'll be chauffeurs and butlers and footmen and dressers and everyone else.
Yeah, it's a good life, I think, is what you're saying. Hey, Darren, we were just talking about if in the U.S. Our first family were to have a baby, do you think there'd be this kind of fanfare here in the States?
I don't know that it is. You know, it always amazes me when I travel around the country doing culinary events that everyone remembers where they were when Princess Diana died. Everyone, you know, we look at sort of how many hundreds of millions of people tune in to the royal wedding. It seems that the British royal family are sort of loved around the world. And, you know, is it the sort of the history? Is it the pomp and pageantry? Is it the sort of Victorian era and things? I'm not sure what it is, but it seems that everywhere around the world there's an interest in the royal family.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, do you think the Queen is going to change diapers?
You know, I don't think the Queen's ever changed a diaper. And it's interesting looking, you know, at the 3 sort of royal princes. This is the first time since 1894 that we've had 3 kings in waiting. And it means that baby Cambridge probably won't come to the throne until 2070. And we look back at Charles as a baby, the Queen never even went into the nursery. He was left to nanny to look after the baby, bring him up. And he was about 13 before he sat down at the same table as the Queen, when he could use a knife and fork in the right order.
Really?
And then look at William. Absolutely, yeah. We look at William then, and then Princess Diana. I remember coming to me in the kitchen at Balmoral and saying, Darren, can you let me know when the Queen and the rest of the royals go out, and I'm going to give Nanny the night off, and then I can spend some valuable me time, just me and William together. And then today we're looking at Kate saying, I'm going to be nanny, I'm going to be chef, I'm going to be real hands-on, changing all the diapers, and I actually think William will change diapers.
I bet that's true. I bet they are. I think they're a modern couple, and I think they believe in uniting with the child rather than having somebody else do it, and like a substitute mother, a nanny being that. I think they're going to be remarkable parents, and I think that child will probably grow up with wonderful values and not a lot of snobbery.
Darren, you said you knew Diana well. What kind of grandmother do you think she would have been?
Well, I think, Princess Diana, I knew her for 11 years when I was in the kitchens at Buckingham Palace, when she'd come down to the kitchen and just sit on the table in the kitchen and chat. And then for 4 years, when she asked me to become her chef at Kensington Palace, and I was her chef until the day of the accident. And when we were at Kensington, I remember her talking there, and she said, well, Dan, I'm not going to get my little girl now. She desperately wanted a little girl of her own. I've got to wait for one of my boys to have a little girl, then I have a granddaughter. So the princess would have been thrilled that it's a little boy, but a message to William and Kate, you've got an heir, you've produced an heir to the throne, now go and produce a spare, and let's have a baby girl.
Darren, thank you so much for taking some time off of your vacation to chat with us a little bit.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Darren.
Bye, Darren.